Hey people, I am kicked back enjoying a cup of joe with my big bass fiddle this morning, and oh, that reminds me, Porsche Part 3. Part 3 is building blocks. Man, we are going to be checking out some cars that built the way towards my favorite Porsche racing car of all time. The beautiful 904s profiled last week begin my story. The 904 was designed as both a race car and a street car at the same time. However, cars that came after them were designed as race cars only. This car, in my view, is the beginnings of a new era in Porsche racing and is said to have inspired the Ferrari Dino GT and Corvette, cars from the 60s. Now, I can certainly see the styling cues that inspired my favorite all-time sports car, the Corvette. Yeah! The 1966 906 Carrera 6 was the next in line, and this car was said to have really brought the new era of racing for Porsche. The 904 was successful and had given Porsche an iron grip on the under 2-liter class of racing, but hey, winds of change were blowing. Ferrari threatened Porsche's dominance with their new Dino V6 model, and the chassis of the 904 was not really ideal for racing anyway, since the car was built for the street and racing. Well, GT regulations had changed and required only 50 units be built, so Porsche believed they could reach that 50-unit requirement with race-specific cars. They built only race cars, and no street car version of the 906 exists. In addition to all that, there was a new sheriff in town at Porsche R&D. Dr. Porsche's grandson, Ferdinand, wanted to make something new and make his mark. The 906 was born with a new flat-six engine from the Carrera, and for the first time, the Porsche race car was designed in the wind tunnel. Some people liked it, and some people thought it was unreal, crazy, and strange. Hey, the 906 was deemed a success, with its first win at Daytona in 1966 and a win against Ferrari's Dino at Sebring just a few weeks later. It's said that the Dino may have been quicker, but the 906 was tougher. History was being made now and for the future. Starting with the 906 Carrera 6, Porsche had a flurry of development and success with 7 new race cars and several new engines during the next 5 years. The Revs and other museums I've visited have displayed many of these cars, so let's get into them. Porsche's model numbers typically ascended in chronological order, but not so with this next car, a 1967 910-6. This very car won the Nürburgring 1000 in 1967, and while it's said that this car is not overly significant in history, it was significant to Porsche. See, the win at Nürburgring spelled sweet success, as in a decade of trying, Porsche finally won in front of the hometown crowd in Germany. 2 more 910-6s finished right behind this one, making it a 1-2-3 for the Porsche win. In 1968, Porsche ran this 907K to win the 24 Hours of Daytona, and as a matter of fact, it was a 1-2-3 for Porsche, as 3 907Ks were first to come across the line at race end. This 907K is one of 27 made in 1968. A number of drivers referred to the 907 as Porsche's fighter jet due to the very narrow cockpit. At the Brumos collection, this 1968 908K short tail coupe is looking slick with its white and green livery, red seats, and massive air intakes showing themselves when the hood's up. I'll bet some serious air was moved and trumpeted from the dual exhaust of this flat 8 air-cooled 335 horsepower engine. The 1969 908-2 is a spider version of the 908 series. The series of cars also included a curvy, Coke bottle-shaped car, but this car was nicknamed Flunder, meaning flat fish. It was an aerodynamic wedge-shaped car that dominated at Watkins Glen before finishing 6th the next day at the Watkins Glen Can-Am Championship race. This finish was 6th among 25 cars from McLaren, Lola, and Ferrari. The 908 lost the 1968 championship to the Ford GT by just 1 point. So close, but in the words of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. But hey, we're moving ever so more closely to the culmination of all this legacy and my favorite Porsche racing car of all time. This 1969 Porsche 908 LH, or Langheck, which means long-tailed, was built for exceptionally high speeds. Tracks such as Le Mans, Spa, Monza, and Daytona are where the high speeds are found, and this particular car won at Spa, which is the ultra-fast circuit in Belgium. This car looks fast and is pretty, but the car was unstable at high speeds due to aerodynamics of the body. At 200 miles an hour, the car would weave back and forth. One of the race drivers said, "It scared me stupid." However, that driver set the fastest lap despite being terrified, and a new course record was set as well when he achieved an average of 145.28 miles per hour headed to the race win. Victory despite the obstacles, that's what I'm talking about. Porsche was building a legacy upon each successive race car, and this car achieved the World Championship in 1969. Porsche was unmatched by any other builder when it came to racing. Hey, thanks for joining me this week for Porsche Part 3, and join me next week when I uncover my favorite Porsche racing car in Porsche Part 4. Until then, God bless you and peace.